before I continue with my message.
Hell.
Thank you, sister.
I guess she went past stage and said, like, where are you going? You're home now.
You're home now. Yeah. Hit the like button. Looking to meet the $25 live stream goal for me to stay on 2 hours. Cash App, PayPal, Streamlabs, all at the top of the chat. $5 makes you the live stream sponsor, king or queen of the stream. Whatever you can give is greatly appreciated. But I will stay on for 2 hours if we can meet $15 if it's via Cash App or PayPal. Because YouTube take 30% off the top and make me wait 30 days to get it. But 70% of something is better than 100% of nothing. So I'll take the super chat and super stickers as well. But yeah, if we're counting those, the goal is 25 to stay on 2 hours. Hit the like button, hit the like button. Let's get into this ridiculous nonsense.
Oh, I didn't see you there. What am I reading, you ask? Well, just one of the best-selling books on Amazon right now. With millions of sales and almost 20,000 5-star reviews, this book has been absolutely blowing up, especially on TikTok, or Book Talk, as the kids call it. Thousands and thousands of women in particular have been raving about this piece of literature. What piece of literature is it, you may ask? Well, Morning Glory Milking Farm, of course. A popular romance novel about a young woman down on her luck who does what every young woman does when facing financial struggle. She starts an OnlyFans. No, I'm just kidding. She wouldn't degrade herself like that. She gets a job jerking off monsters.
That's right, the Morning Glory Milking Farm.
I have been reading Morning Glory Milking Farm since last night, and I'm obsessed.
This was a good time. It did not disappoint.
If this book is trash, then I am a fucking raccoon. Give me all of the garbage.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we know women love degenerate shit. And no shocker there. This sounds like some dumb shit. Well, actually, you know what? I'm a little shocked. But I shouldn't be. A book about a lady jacking off monsters. Well, women love monsters. They love bad boys. They love criminals. Not all, of course, but you know what I mean. Generally speaking, women have a thing for the edgy guys, so maybe it does make sense.
Eyeballs on this because it is so good.
I regret to inform you that there is a new epidemic. An epidemic that many have yet to discuss. And that epidemic is female gooners. I'm reading what I read. Now, for those of you unaware, gooner is internet slang for someone addicted to porn. And smut is slang for dark romance novels, otherwise known as porn. Many correct about the dangers of porn addiction with men, how it can destroy their lives and their relationships, and most men know the material they consume is weird. That is why they are ashamed of it. That is why they delete their browser history. That is why they go incognito mode. But these bitches freaks out here. They display their smut openly in bookstores. They proudly pose in front of their smut collections. They discuss their smut openly on TikTok. They go to smut conventions and get choked out by 9-foot-tall shirtless wendigos. Now, I know what you are thinking. Shoo, isn't this the pot calling the kettle degenerate? Yes. Yes, it is. But have you considered it takes one to truly know one? You see, women are strange, fascinating creatures. For centuries, men have tried to figure us out. Our mood is affected by the tides and the moon. We bleed for 5 days and don't die. By painting my face, I can instantly shapeshift from a 4 to a 6. We are truly mysterious, magical creatures. But one of the most mysterious aspects of women to men is our sexuality. You see, us women are not like those disgusting moids. No, we are sophisticated. We are evolved. We don't watch videos of strangers slapping their sweaty bodies together. No, we read about strangers slapping their sweaty bodies together. It's different, okay?
All right, I just watched that for Persian. I can't take any more, so let's move on.
What's your name? I gotta see your face. What's your name, honey? Oh, you're here. All right, give me some light, baby. Give me some lights.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'm going to the dining room.
Okay. What's your name while you're walking to the dining room?
What?
Kendra G Singles, the dating app, is available now on iPhones and Android phones.
Ethel.
You want the light in your face, baby. There we go. Okay. Ethel, where you calling me from, Ethel girl?
I am originally from Chicago, but I reside in Las Vegas right now.
Las Vegas, but you're from Chicago. How old are you?
I am 63.
Especially as a woman, by the time you have made it to the Kendra call-in show, that should be the immediate red flag that you are at rock bottom. All right, you are officially at rock bottom.
Oh my God.
At your age, you're basically unmatchable. Like, forget about it. Basically, you're done. You're like a has-been, and no man will ever go for you.
$63. Oh boy. Why is Kendra looking like that? Did she say anything that would make Kendra make that face? I don't know what to say at 63. I want to be respectful of my elders. But I think dating should just be over at this point. At 63, I'm trying to think of what guy would be checking for a 63-year-old. 83-year-old, and at that point you're just a nurse. So I think it's time. I think it's just best to hang it up. You're gonna save yourself heartbreak, heartache, getting scammed, and some more shit. It's gonna be best for everybody who would potentially be involved if you just hang your jersey up in the rafters. But let's continue.
You're from Chicago. How old are you?
I am 63.
Excuse me, 63. What you do for a living?
I am a retail sale, and I also do interior design for the same retailer.
Retail sale and interior designer?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any kids?
I have 3 adult children. Please don't ask me their ages because I can't remember. I have to go by their birth year.
What kind of shit is that?
Is this camera on me? Yes, it's on. That's stupid. Use your common sense.
Here's my thing. These people watch this show, I'm sure, as much as I do. You know what the questions are going to be, and you know which ones are the non-negotiables and all that. If you know you're going to call in, or you know you always call in and it don't work, why not just have that information ready if you know you don't remember it well? Uh, Never mind.
Just because I can't remember, I have to go by their birth year. They're too old.
Okay. What do you think their ages are?
Okay. Too
Oh,
old.
okay. What do you think their ages are?
Okay, hold on. One was born in 81, so he's 43.
Okay.
And then my daughter's 40, and my baby is 38.
Okay. All by the same man?
Yes.
Have you been married?
Yes.
When did you get divorced?
1996.
Okay, 1996.
Okay, so that was roughly 30 years ago. So let me break this down. And I always talk about this. She divorced her husband. I'm assuming she divorced her husband as a 33-year-old mother of 3. And nothing has worked out since. What do these women expect to be waiting for them on the dating market as a 33-year-old divorcee with 3 kids? They expect something better than what they just married and had 3 kids with. It's not gonna fucking happen. And it hasn't happened for her in 30 years.
Okay, 1996. Okay. I don't know why that made me think of TLC for some reason.
What? I know,
1996.
right?
I think TLC. Ain't too proud to beg.
Hey,
Baby,
hey,
baby,
hey. You
baby.
taking
You are so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
Ain't too proud to beg.
hey,
Baby,
hey, hey, hey.
baby,
You taking
baby.
me back. You taking me back.
I got so much love. 1996. Oh no. I graduated high school in 1997. So I was a junior in high school. So when I was a junior in high school, Biggie,
No,
Biggie
it
died
was
in
in the 90s.
1997.
It was in the 90s, but I don't know when. I'm retired out the military as well. So I was stationed at Fort Lewis when all those came out.
Yeah, I think
Like nobody gives a fuck. It's not to hurt your feelings at all. It's definitely not. Again, I think it's impressive. I'm not getting ready to go throw a party for this hoe. I don't care.
And all those came out.
yeah, I think 96
I
was
got to
the year
find something
Biggie.
to
No, Biggie died in 97. Okay, but shout out to Big Papa. All right, let's keep focused. All right, we got Ethel, Las Vegas, but from Chicago, 63, retail sales, interior designer, mom of 3 kids, all by her ex-husband. Ethel, what's going on, girl? What's happening?
Yeah, nothing, Kendra.
There we go.
I'm trying to figure out what's going on myself because.
Oh no, I meant for the phone. I'm about to get into it.
Oh,
because the phone was moving. Let me ask you the questions. Okay, well, just go ahead. What you want? What you got to figure out for yourself, Ethel?
Trying to get it set up because I saw it said Kendra G live. I pushed live and then I pushed send request and bam. I didn't even get a chance to come in the house. I was outside with the dog. He had to go to the bathroom. So
okay, we gotta get the
and
phone
now the
together.
phone is sliding. Okay, hold on.
Okay, all right, I got you. So, what kind of man you looking for, Ethel?
You know what? I watch your show and everyone has different answers. And really, honestly,
No, everybody pretty much got the same answers, Ethel. And we're hoping you don't have the same answers because we're tired of hearing the same damn answers. You know what I mean? But let's see what happens. I'm not holding my breath for that.
your show and everyone has different answers. And really, honestly, Kendra, I don't know. At this point, I
Well,
don't
you can't answer that question. Let's start with what don't you want? So, what kind of man don't you want?
Well, I don't like men who are controlling. One, I don't like men that obviously are drug participants, alcoholics, non-working, insensitive, not affectionate, not thoughtful, not caring, and just not a loving person.
Okay, so those are the things she doesn't want. Should he look a certain?
But at 63, man, at 63, that's why I'm saying you should retire from dating, man. Because you qualify for niggas on drugs, niggas who alcoholics, niggas who ain't gonna be there for you, niggas who can't keep a job, niggas who don't got a ride. That's what you qualify for at 63, respectfully. I'm not being mean, it's just the reality of it. So, yeah, what up, Lauren?
And just not a loving person.
Okay. So those are the things she doesn't want. Should he look a certain way?
He should look appealing to me. A lot of people want the 6, and that trips me 666 because that's Satan. So yeah, think about 6 feet, six figures, six whatever. I'm like, no. But I would say, I forgot what your question was.
Should he
look a certain way?
Yes.
Appealing.
I mean, Kendra memory is probably on par with her memory at 63. But, ma'am, okay, he shouldn't have to look a certain way because you don't look a certain way. So you shouldn't, like, even saying appealing to me is out of pocket. I'll just say that. He shouldn't have to look a certain way, Ethel. It should just be about companionship at this point, Ethel.
I forgot what your question was.
Should he
look a certain way?
Yes.
Appealing to me. That's
okay. All right. What about money? Should he make a certain amount of money?
He should be self-sufficient, able to take care of his own finances, his living arrangements, anything having to do with financial stability. He should be able to do that without asking me for money.
Well, let's be real. let's be real. I mean, if he financially stable, he can have bucket naked 20 somethings and 30 somethings running around there for a few hundred. You know what I mean? Like a 63-year-old man with his health together and his finances together, even in a basic way, he got better options than you, Ethel. Unfortunately, maybe you can find a decent guy who just a little bit of an alcoholic or something, or need a place to stay. A man's gonna be down bad in a major way, Ethel, if he's seriously consider fucking with you. If he's seriously considering fucking with you. And that's why I say you should just retire.
Financial stability. He should be able to do that without asking me for money.
Okay, asking you for money. All right. Let's do the Kendra Cam.
It's here. Okay.
You're in Las Vegas. Oh yeah, Las Vegas always hot.
Oh yeah, that's the selling pussy capital. She ain't got nothing coming. She in Vegas too now. She don't got nothing coming. She don't got nothing coming. It's expensive out in Vegas too. I know it's some fine things that'll do something strange for a piece of change in Vegas. Oh yeah, she ain't got nothing coming.
Here. Okay.
You're in Las Vegas. Oh yeah, Las Vegas always hot.
Well, it's been raining and it's never humid until it rains. So now it's humid.
Okay. All right, there we go. I see you, girl.
I mean, at least she ain't fat. I mean, I'm trying to give her some compliments. Like, I'm trying to see what would be a good fit for her. Mm, I don't know, man. She's in good shape. She's probably healthy. That's what I said. Like the male equivalent of her, he could pull something mid 40s. I feel like he's looking in the 40s to pull something.
Okay, I got you, boo. So, Ethel, Las Vegas. You want the man to be in Las Vegas?
And she need to get a long haired wig if she want to compete in Vegas. She definitely needs some long hair wigs.
Okay, I got you, boo. So, Ethel, Las Vegas. You want the man to be in Las Vegas?
Nearby, no more than maybe 2-hour drive.
Okay. You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When was the last time you was intimate with someone?
Over 5 years ago.
Oh wow, you're not having sex until marriage?
I wouldn't say that. It's just like in Las Vegas, the waiting pool is empty.
What does that mean? The waiting pool is empty.
Waiting, WADING, like the pool, the swimming pool is empty.
No. I mean, yeah, it is empty for a 63-year-old woman. Yeah, it's empty for your age bracket. She ain't even say the pool got piss in it. She said it's just empty, and she's right. She's right. I'm trying to give her some solid advice. She gonna have to pay to play. She gonna have to pay to play. Here's the thing, cause she's wait, what? Like, she seems nice. She doesn't seem like a bitch. She doesn't seem ghetto. Seem like a nice lady. She seems like the type of lady I would wave hi to in the morning if she was my neighbor. But I'm just trying to think of something. The man on the dating market is getting excited about coming home to her. But no, this is what I was gonna say. This is why we shouldn't feel sorry for her, even though she seems nice. There are men in every age bracket looking for a good woman. There's even a 67-year-old man out there who would be okay with dating a 63-year-old. Good women don't stay on the dating market no matter what age they are, for the most part. That's the point I'm trying to make. If she started an online dating whatever app, there would be some 60 plus and 70 plus year old men trying to see what's up with her. And if she met the criteria of a good woman, she wouldn't still be single. Good women just aren't single. They don't stay single. And if they do, it's for 3 to 6 months max. Good women of any age don't stay on the market. Because there's good men at every age on dating apps and shit looking for a good woman. So that's why we shouldn't feel sorry for her. Because even though she's coming across as nice, relationship wise, she can't be a good woman. She's been failing on the dating market for 3 decades. Good women don't fail on the dating market for 3 decades. Period. No exceptions.
The swimming pool is empty.
So you're saying the options of men is empty?
It is. I've been here since 2001, and I've dated several men, younger, my age, older.
Maybe you're the problem then, ma'am. You're the common denominator.
You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. Y'all heard it.
You know, sometimes we get so wrapped up in how a problem bothers us, we don't see what the problem really is.
There's something seriously wrong with you.
We get the likes up, likes up, likes up, likes up. If y'all want me to stay on 2 hours and do other shit other than this video, let's get the donations up. I'm looking for 15 via Cash App or PayPal. If we're including Super Chat and Super Sticker, I'm looking to meet 25 to stay on 2 hours. Nothing has been met. Whatever you can give is greatly appreciated. Cash App, PayPal, Streamlabs, all at the top of the chat. Or Super Chat, Super Sticker, dollar symbol on the right of the chat box. Let's get it.
several men, younger, my age, older, and different races, and it's just like, I don't know.
Okay, you don't know. All right, so not waiting for marriage, you're waiting for something serious.
Exactly.
Okay, what's the age range you would date, Ethel? You're 63.
Should be fun. Guessing what her age range is. This should be very fun. uh, let me get some guesses in the chat. Let me get some guesses in the chat. She's 63. She's at least going down to 60. I'm gonna say 60 to 70. I'm gonna go 60 to 70. If she goes over 70, I'll apologize to her. You know, I'll swallow my pride and apologize. Hold on. What's up? Lauren just donated $5. We only need 10 more dollars via we only need 10 more dollars via Cash App or PayPal to stay on 2 hours. Thank you, Lauren. You're the queen of the stream. You the big cat of the stream. Everybody shout out Lauren. This for you, Lauren. Can I get some guesses on what y'all think her age range is gonna be? I'm saying 60 to 70. What y'all think?
You can fuck with me if you wanted to. 100 motherfuckers can't tell me nothing.
Hey, bitch, I'm a problem. Nobody solve it. You can keep hating, I'm popping regardless. Real to see this since first grade. I been that bitch. You got a girl, but it's cool. I ain't gon' tell her shit. You know niggas love bitches with money. You know niggas love bitches with money. You know niggas love bitches with money. You ain't no fuck with no boss, bitch. I turned you out. When a real one holds you down, baby, you supposed to drink. Stone sets, I got my own baguettes. Jealousy, let it go. Results could be tragic. I push the beat, not the backseat girl. I push the beat, not the backseat girl.
Trying to see, do I want to change it to 55? You know what? I'm gonna change it. You know what? I'm gonna stick with 60 to 70. But I wouldn't be surprised if she say 55 to 70. But I'm gonna stick with 60 to 70.
Exactly.
Okay, what's the age range you would date, Ethel? You're 63.
I would say 55 to 60, because men might.
You are so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
Is this camera on me? Yes, it's on. That's stupid. Use your common sense.
Like, what? What? Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. But niggas fire out you, nigga. Shut the fuck up.
Not a chance in hell, Brett. Zero. You've already made up your mind. Absolutely.
You just saying anything now, ho.
Come on, lady. Come on, lady. Come on. 55 to 60, and you 63. You come on, Kendra, please. You got to give pushback on this. I mean, look at Kendra's face. This you in the future, Kendra. This gonna be you at 63. You know what's sad about the Kendra situation? She can't run from everything she said, everything she did. So imagine how embarrassing it's gonna be at 63, still talking about I'm still gonna find him. I'm still a prize. That's gonna be really embarrassing. Cause she's still gonna be on the camera at 63. I assure you. Kendra G will never retire into the night. I assure you. But 55 to 60, really, really, nigga. I gotta hear this explanation. So she's not willing to date her age. Wow.
Okay, what's the age range you would date, Ethel? You're 63.
I would say 55 to 60, because men might my damn nerves.
Wait, you said what?
Men my age get on my damn nerves.
So what's the age range you want to date?
55 to 60.
55 to 60. So men 63 and up get on your nerves.
Yeah, because I went all right, so I was in a casino, right? And a guy walks up to me, nice looking guy. And the first thing he says, he's like, "Oh, you look nice." And I'm like, "Thank you." And then he's just standing there, right? So then he goes, "What kind of car do you drive?" I'm like, "Excuse me?" And he's like, "Well, I work for a Toyota, so I want to give you my car and then I want to take you out." I was like, "That's not how you approach somebody that you're interested in."
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. But niggas fire out you, nigga. Shut the fuck up.
Ma'am, you need to be lucky you're getting any offers at all. It ain't like he said, "What's up, bitch? I'm gonna take you out" or something. He didn't say nothing too crazy. They still got the nerve to be picky and be like, "You gotta approach me just the right way I like, or you get out of my face." Ma'am, you're an old woman. You're an elderly woman. You need to be lucky. You need to feel lucky that anybody approaching you at all. This is nuts.
I was like, "That's not how you approach somebody that you're interested in." And he was like, "Well, do you have a car?" I said, "Okay," I gave him my card. So long story short, he called me and he was like, "When are you off?" I'm like, "Friday." He called me on a Wednesday. He said, "Well, I'm going to pick you up on Thursday. What time do you get off?" I'm like, "Can you ask me what I like to do or where I want to go, or do we going to go out to dinner?"
No, he's being a man. He's taking the lead. Like you women say you want. He's being a fucking man. Come on, man. Like she still want a man to court her and jump through hoops, and it's not gonna happen. Oh my goodness, these women be destroying their own blessing. I told you she was horrible. She was coming across nice this whole interview, but I knew it was gonna be something because that's why she's single.
On Thursday, what time do you get off? I'm like, "Can you ask me what I like to do or where I want to go, or do we going to go out to dinner, or can we have a conversation? Can we get to know each other? Can I find out who you know?" And he was just like so abrupt and like take control of everything. And my daughter was like, "Oh, mommy, you're too picky and you want guys to be this way." And I said, "No, I'm not settling. I'm not settling."
Here we go. Here the fuck we go. Here the fuck we go.
This whole concept of women lowering their standard, bitch, you are the low standard. The fuck are you on about? I don't even lower my standards. You are the low.
You tell someone you're single and you look good, I'm riding around and I got a drop top for the summer, a truck for the winter, you know, the work truck out front, and folks is looking at the outside like, why is she single? Why does she have? There's nothing wrong with being single. I'm single, sexy, happy, living and enjoying life. And when the right one comes along, by the grace of God, I'll know it and we'll move ahead from there. Okay.
controlling everything. And my daughter was like, "Oh, mommy, you're too picky, and you want guys to be this way." And I said, "No, I'm not settling. I'm not settling." And so, if someone is interested, they're going to come correct as a gentleman. And that's one thing I do like. I like a gentleman that opens doors and, pulls your chair out or asks if you're okay, or if they're coming over, can I pick up some? Do you need some? Guys, they're like, I'm at the point right now where I'm just getting up.
It's a new day. I definitely will say that. It's a new day.
It's a
Okay,
new
we got.
world.
It's a what?
It's a new world. It's not a new day. It's a new world.
It's a new world. Okay, we have Okay, so we have the Kendra G singles card game. I got a question for you. This is the tell me the truth. Do you drink, Ethel?
I drink wine, yes.
Okay, so you can take a shot of wine if you don't want to answer a question, but you don't have one, so you got this answer.
Okay,
oh, wait. Okay, she gotta go get.
Something's wrong here.
See, you know what? The reason why she can still be entitled and bitchy and all that because she's still getting offers. I mean, I'm not. I ain't mad at her if she's still getting offers, but this is what stops them from ever growing. Because no matter how unbearable and unlikable she is, she's still getting offers. But she's not smart enough to say, it hasn't been working out for 30 years. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. So I can't hope that she finds somebody. I hope she doesn't find somebody. I don't wish her to be miserable. I hope she finds happiness in not finding anybody. But I can't wish any decent man on this woman. I just couldn't in good faith.
Okay, she gotta go get wine. So let me give you a question that might give you a chance to drink wine. Okay, I'm gonna ask these two questions. Okay, she got a glass of wine. Okay, so I'm gonna try to ask you a question to a point where you gotta drink the wine. All right, here we go. First question. Yeah, so how it works is this is why it comes with shot glasses. So if you don't ever want to answer a question, you can take a shot. All right. I'm asking from the tell me the truth category.
Okay.
Have you ever called the police on someone you were dating? If so, what happened? And take a shot. Oh, you got, okay. Okay. So look, this is a funny question because it says if you have, you got to take a shot. So you call the police on somebody? Girl, who you call the police on that you was dating?
SWAT video catches a murder suspect on camera after he jumps out of a second-story window and makes a break from law enforcement.
I got locked up and sentenced to a quarter century, could I count on you to be there to support me mentally?
Check out this screenshot. This a crazy ass screenshot. This show is such a joke.
Girl, who you call the police on that you was dating? Oh my God. This is a Kendra G singles card game question. That was fast. Okay, so you got to take a shot because it happened to you. So what happened? Who you call the police on that you was dating?
So I have to, the question was dating. It was actually my husband.
You called the police on your husband?
Yes, ma'am.
What did he do?
Okay, so where were we at? We were stationed I was stationed in Washington at Fort Lewis. And he got into something with my son, but backing up, my husband is very, he's a bully. He was very, very mean spirited, and then he talked down and but anywho,
No, men are all bad, and y'all always with those guys. I get it. Yeah, all the men you ever dated were bad, and you were this perfect little angel. Yeah, we know. We fucking know. I'm so tired of that Todd story.
My son, we got into an argument because I was trying to stop him from disciplining my son or abusing him, not even disciplining. And so my neighbor heard what was going on, and she came over, and she actually called the police. I didn't call the police. She actually called them. And he had chased him down the block, and then when they got down the block, the police attacked my son because they didn't know, what was what, the military police. And so I was screaming and I was upset, and I was like, no, 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 it's him. And so he got arrested.
Was that when y'all got a divorce?
We got a divorce in Washington, but it was about probably a year later.
A year later. Yeah, I think the relationship is over once you got to get the police involved. I don't know how a relationship can survive police. And it's both ways.
What up, Mister Cut? Yeah, the chat is kind of dry tonight, Lauren. But guess it's just you and me and Mister Cut.
Like if women, if you gotta call the police on the guy, he probably pretty much done. And if he gotta call the police on you, your ass should be done. That's the ending of a relationship. You can't really come back from that.
It was done way before that because when I got stationed in Washington, I was in Germany, and then the kids, I had left the kids with him because I only wanted to spend 2 years in Germany. But if you don't take your family, you can spend 2 years. If you take your family, you have to spend 3.
Yeah, she's horrible. I mean, like, military women are a no go. I already know.
So when I came home, and I got orders to transfer, he was dating someone, and we were still married, and he was dating someone. So when I
don't
came
blame him.
home,
What up, John?
But your husband was dating somebody?
Yes. This was in Chicago. He was in Chicago, and he was dating someone when I was in Germany. Okay. So when I came home, I was like,
Military marriages aren't serious marriages. They really aren't. I've never heard of one that was. They're a complete joke, from what I hear. Can we get the likes up, likes up, likes up? If y'all want me to stay on 2 hours, I'm looking to meet $10 more via Cash App or PayPal. If not, I'm gonna get off in about 10 minutes.
and he was dating someone when I was in Germany. Okay. So when I came home, I was like, well, I'm coming to get the kids, and I got orders to go to Washington, and I get in at such and such time. He was like, well, you can't stay there. And I was like, the hell, what? I was like, you done lost your damn mind. I was like, all my shit is there. My kids are there. So what are you talking about? I said, I'm coming. I'm going to stay that night, and then we're going to leave. And he was like, no. So long story short, I woke up. I slept on the couch. I woke up at about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, because you know how you can feel somebody up or something going on. And I look and I see this girl walking around in this skimpy negligee going into the bathroom. Right? So then, we were separated, but we were still married. But for him to disrespect me like that with my kids there, and he had a weapon in the house, because he was a sheriff.
So your husband had the one he was dating in the house while you were in the house too?
Yes, ma'am. I was asleep on the couch because I wasn't sleeping in bed, so I know we were in there. But that was the end. So the military police call was like, hey, we were already like a done deal at that point. So, and then still calling.
Just take another shot, Pastor. Just take two shots. Because you just take another shot. That needs 2 shots. That needs 2 shots. All right, now, okay, that was the question for you to I know. Go ahead. Tell us why you reached out to you.
Well, I mean, I'm a great cook. And people always say, oh, I clean. But yeah, so I keep a clean house. I'm funny. I can dance still. Well, I'm not going to sing, so don't ask me. And I'm a lot of fun, though. I'm that person when family members together, they're always asking, where am I? They call me lady. That's what my family calls it. Because I have 13 brothers and sisters, and I was the 12th child. And they just started calling me lady. And so every time there's something going on, they're always waiting for me to come to bring the food. So.
Okay. All right, so let's do it. Ethel in Las Vegas, 63. Retail sales, also interior designer, mom to 3, all by her ex-husband, from Chicago but in Vegas. And what's your zodiac sign?
Capricorn.
Capricorn. Are you on the Kendra G Singles dating app?
I was on the first one.
Okay,
Or
we have
the
first one, child. We a whole new app since the first release.
Well, I don't be on here. I just decided to come on today, and oh my God, I can't believe she picked me.
Gosh, they just want to talk to Kendra. That's all. Yeah, she doesn't seem like a lot of fun at all. I can't take anymore.
Friends with benefits, situationship, whatever you want to call it. I gave him a call a few days ago, and he did not respond. He didn't text. He didn't get back to me at all. And then he texted me back a few days later, and he said, like, hey, sorry to get back to you. Like, hey, want to hang out? A few days later. And then I thought to myself, like, do I really want to sleep with someone who ignores my calls, who ignores my texts, who lets days go by without, like, responding?
You should have thought about that long ago. You should have thought about those type of things before you even ever had sex for the first time. She's already cooked. Body count probably 10 and 15 already. Already cooked, probably mid-20s, and it's already fucking over. And that's just sad. Lauren is making an offer for a 2-hour stream. She says she got 5 on it if somebody else will pledge another 5 for me to stay on 2 hours. So it looked like we got some commitments to send that 10 in via Cash App for us to stay on 2 hours tonight. And I love to see it. I love to see it. We're gonna see if we can try to get to $50 by the end of tomorrow night. So right now, I believe we are at. If we get to $10, that was just. Well, let's see. If we get 10 more dollars, 35, 40, 10. So yeah, we'll just need 10 more dollars tomorrow to meet at least $50 of the $100 goal. But yeah, it's just sad, man. It's fucking sad, man. Because I mean, if I was advising a young man, I would tell a young man, don't even try to date a woman who ever had a situationship. That's not wife, long-term girlfriend material. If she ever had one or ever had a one-night stand. So this is just sad.
So fucking cry, bitch. I don't give a fuck. It's funny, if anything. Don't feel sorry for this hoe, man. She's a fucking bot. It's a fucking joke. Live with it. I don't feel sorry for you, and I hope nobody feels sorry for you. You always gonna have some thoughts just like you, who's gonna be, oh, she speaks directly to me. You should feel sorry for me. All you can do is laugh at it. That's all you can. Laugh at it and hope for the best.
My texts, who lets days go by without, like, responding. Like, I literally called you. You can text, like, hey, I can't talk right now, blah, blah, blah. Like, just out of respect. Doesn't matter what we have and what we don't have. Out of respect. Don't ignore my calls. Don't ignore my texts. Anyway, I responded to him, hey, yeah, I just wanted to call you to let you know I just got into a relationship and we can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
Well, he's gonna see this video and know you were full of shit, but he probably won't see this video because he doesn't care about you as a human. And look, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'm gonna let AD talk.
Yeah, right. He gonna be busting that down until he decides that he don't want to bust it down no more. Whether or not that's gonna be because he's in a relationship or, you know what I'm saying, he just wound up getting tired of you. It sounds like you breaking the rules. You're breaking the rules, young lady. And the rules of a situationship is that you never get your feelings involved. The problem with that for most women is that they can't not get their feelings involved. Now, there are some savage women out here, which I don't necessarily advise you guys be a part of because those are the ones that's usually walking around with some form of an STD or STI. However, there are some savage women out here that are able to detach and they just bust it down for a real one, and that's the end of the conversation. But very rarely can you spend an enormous amount of time around a woman and bust her down and her not get into some form of an emotional wreck, especially if you don't respond to her right away. Now, what she doesn't understand is that she's probably one of many. Yes. For those of you ladies, no matter how good you look, no matter how awesome you think you are, or how great you think your sex is, um, there's always others when you are a part of the rotation and they busting you down for a real one. Now, it's difficult enough for y'all to have to deal with it when it comes to y'all being in a relationship. The risk of you being in a situation where they are still going to have other women regardless of what you think. However, it's much more likely if you're in a situationship. And when you start texting talking about, hey, this is just respect, and they know that you're not in no relationship and that you ain't cutting it off, and nor do they care because the rotation is still rotating and they still doing what they want to do. So this is the problem of women getting involved with men that they do not plan on marrying, men that they do not see themselves with for the rest of their lives. When women decide that they want to rock out with casual sex, 9 times out of 10, it never, and when I say ever, never, ever, ends well. It's just the truth. I don't know how much more transparent I can be in breaking this down to you guys so that you'll understand it down to its very last molecule. The rules of the game is that you just don't put yourself in a situation where the situation is not going to translate into something that's conducive for you for the rest of your life. A lot of women think
All
that they're
right,
going to
what's
change a guy. You're not going to change him. You're never going to change him. You're never going to make him any different than what he already is. You keep thinking that he's going to change for you, or you might even get into a situation. Sorry, guys, I got to get this tea right here. Because as you can see, I'm a little bit under the weather, but it doesn't change anything because we still going to have these conversations. Y'all think that y'all going to change these guys into being something different, or you go into it with your eyes wide open and you agree to it and you say, you know what, this is cool, or you know what, I really like him, but he not really checking for me like that, but I still like him, and so I'm not necessarily going to change him, but I'm going to hope to still be with him, or I want to savor some form of a relationship with him, and the best way that I can do that in order to keep him around, because most guys is not going to stick around unless you busting it down for a real one. And the only guys that stick around, I got a whole nother video that I did that I'm gonna release about the guy that decided that he no longer wanted to be around a woman because she only wanted to friend zone him, and then she checked him and was like, hey, why you switching up on me? And he stood his ground. And more guys often than not are standing their ground and they saying, listen, I'm not gonna be doing boyfriend stuff with you without the boyfriend experience. And so women are going.
Yeah, let me be clear. I mean, yeah, there's no benefit to be a woman's platonic friend. Like, well, you know what? Let me not say that. Let's look at this from a different angle. The catch 22. Men just want to be especially young ages. I'm specifically talking about young ages, but probably throughout all ages. Men just want to be in the presence of a pretty woman a lot of times. Like it's old guys at the strip club who'll just pay a bitch to just sit and talk to him. She don't even gotta give a lap dance. He'll just buy her drinks and give her money just to sit there and talk to a pretty young girl. So for that man, he's really getting something out of it. He's getting some type of companionship from a pretty girl. So in a way, you could say that that's what the friend zone guy is getting. He's sticking around and doing favors and shit so he can have the friendly companionship of a pretty girl. So I can't say he's not getting nothing out of it. But it's a catch-22 because he's in love with her and it's never gonna happen. So it's just like a lot of guys would rather just be her friend if it means still being able to be in her presence and to see her pretty smile. I'm not knocking him. That's his decision to make. you know?
And stuff with you without the boyfriend experience. And so women are going to have to understand that men are going to be men regardless of how you feel. It's just the truth. Men are going to be men regardless of how you feel. And men are getting wiser and smarter. I will admit, as I started to have conversations with a lot of guys and we was doing these panels and I did a lot of coaching calls and stuff like that, I will admit that y'all had one up on us for a long time. Y'all had a hell of a run. You shouldn't even feel bad for yourself. You should literally give yourselves a round of applause for the type of run that y'all had when it comes to the type of men that you're dealing with on a regular basis. It was guys that was jumping into this situation being step baby daddies. It was guys that was jumping into this situation with chicks that's been for the streets. Reform hoes was getting married. All kind of stuff that was going on. Now, guys have woken up. Now, guys are having conversations. Now, guys are familiarizing themselves with the fact that they no longer want to participate.
Here's the thing, too. Red pill guys don't have to recruit because, like, here's the thing. These ideas float around on the internet and stuff. So a lot of guys have heard these ideas and they're like, oh, fuck that. These guys, they just been hurt or whatever. They're assholes. But after they keep interacting with women, they'll come to the light. They'll be like, that shit them guys were saying was actually right. I got played for the 4th time in a row. Maybe them guys was on to something. That's why red pill men don't got to knock on doors talking about, have you heard that women ain't shit? I just want to give you this pamphlet. We don't got to do that. Life will send you to the red pill community. Interacting with women will automatically send you to the red pill community.
Familiarizing themselves with the fact that they no longer want to participate when it comes to the type of things that you guys are trying to spew and push on us, and y'all still running the same play. You ain't changed, you ain't evolved, you still giving up the box, and for some reason you think that this guy, you gonna swindle him with your box. It's not going to happen. I'm telling you, it's gonna be a cold day in hell because things are getting absolutely worse, especially when it comes to this economy. Price of the brick then went down significantly. The price of the brick has fell so significantly that guys don't even feel compelled to take y'all out on coffee dates. Remember when y'all was talking about coffee dates? Remember when we was asking y'all, what do you bring to the table? Remember when we was having a conversation with you guys and we was saying, hey, listen, you might want to get to know the person or the nice guy. You don't want to keep skipping over the nice guy.
What's up, my brothers? In this video, we're going to be covering this post here from a gal who's been waiting 10 years. The title is 10 Years No Marriage. There's a wall of text, and behind this wall of text is the real reason why she's pushing so hard for marriage, which I'll get to in a minute when I offer some feedback on this. But let's read her post first. This is her rant. Female 29, male 34. We've been together for almost 10 years now. 1 kid and 1 on the way, so she's pregnant. Says he won't marry me until I have my own 401k. For those outside of the United States watching this, that's a registered investment fund that people will access when they retire. It's basically a way to accumulate some degree of wealth without paying minimum taxes on it. In Canada, it's called an RRSP, so it's a similar sort of thing. He's money obsessed, and I think this is what it's all about, she says. I'm on a government insurance Medicaid. while he has a great job and amazing benefits. His mother is his life insurance beneficiary. That's very interesting. I'll touch on that when I do the feedback. And I just get worried about our kiddos in the future if something were to happen to him. He has 2 bachelor degrees. I was raised by a poor single mother with 4 siblings. No college degree, so I bartend day shift throughout the week and make decent money, she says, bartending as a pregnant lady. I pay electricity, water, sewage, my phone bill, and car insurance. He pays the mortgage. No mention of who pays for repairs and maintenance for the vehicle, who pays for food, but we'll touch on that in a little bit. Since
What's up, Ivan? Good to have you, sir.
we had our first kid, I've always scheduled my jobs in life around his work schedule and figured out childcare. If we needed it, moved cities multiple times for his job. I just need some advice. I want a normal relationship, the same last name as my children, where I don't have to ask him to send me money to help pay for things for the children or household. He says I can stay home after we have this baby, but I don't feel comfortable doing that with our situation, even though I really want to be a stay-at-home mom for at least a year. I love him, but this is so stressful and exhausting. Where do I go from here? Let me read some of the comments that...
Let me touch on it. So he's basically being careful. He doesn't want her to fuck him over. He doesn't want to empower her, and he shouldn't empower her. Men shouldn't empower women in this modern society. Well, he empowered her. Well, they live together. That's not full empowerment. Maybe you can make an argument of some empowerment. So they lived together. He empowered her a little bit. And then he put 2 babies in her. So he empowered her a lot there. He lives with her and put 2 babies in her. But he don't want to put the final nail in his coffin by marrying her. And they've been together a decade. I mean, yeah, bruh. Oh, that's what's up, Lauren. You a real one for paying for the 2 hour and not being able to stay for it. Salute. Hope you have a great night, Lauren. So, kind of got mixed feelings about this. Maybe she's a bitch. You know, maybe he put a kid in her and they were living together and then it went all downhill from there, but then he put another kid in her. So no, I don't know if I want to go with that narrative. I just think he don't want to fully empower her. But I actually feel where she's coming from. They've been together a decade. So it's like, bro, if she was good enough to move in with and put 2 kids in, I'm not saying you got to marry her, but here's my thing. You got to be upfront with women. I believe in being upfront with women. I don't believe in beating around the bush, leading a woman on. I would tell a woman up front, I'm not interested in ever getting married. We can have kids, we can have a ceremony, you can move in. But the whole thing he's doing with money is kind of sucker shit. Now, it's not sucker shit to have her work and pay some bills, but it's like you should be trying to willingly contribute to things that got to do with the kid and childcare and shit, for your kids. I'll say that. And I think he's going about shit in a roundabout way. I don't respect that. I get where he's coming from, but I don't like how he's moving based on her side of the story. Obviously, there's 2 sides of the story.
fed back on my post, and I'll explain where in this wall of text is the reason why she's trying to get married. This guy, Ironclad, said smart men know how to read women, and that's the reason why gold diggers like her hate high-value men, because they're hard to control and manipulate, unlike simps who just marry the first woman who likes them back. Dr. Vinny, who's a medical doctor apparently, I doubt a pregnant day shift bartender has any idea what it means to make decent money. Caesar says she should be grateful for her situation. He's rich and will take care of her. She just wants control. Another guy here, Hanakuki, says lots of my friends are the same, older but have live-ins. All live-ins want the ring. A trick they are doing is getting put on the bank account or on your healthcare plan at work. They're trying to use common law marriage to get what marriage gives them. Women will never admit this. Now, when I posted this on social media, I said, buried in this wall of text is the real reason why she wants married. I want a normal relationship, ... This is quote unquote from her, where I don't have to ask him to send me money. She knows marriage family law gives her financial dominance over him. This is why smart men don't marry. Let's hit the road and have a little bit of a conversation about...
Yeah, I called it. He was being smart about not putting himself behind the 8 ball financially. It's like, bitch, I'll take care of you. You got my kids. So he kind of trapped her. Well, he's doing right. I believe that men should have power and dominance over women in pretty much every way. When they got power, we know what happens. So does he have her behind the 8 ball? Not quite. She still got a little leverage because she can. I don't know if he's rich, but if he is rich, she can take the kids and get child support for sure. It still would be a bad deal. I'll put it like this. How can I put this? He should set her up in that household. Well, he said he would let her stay at home and not have to work after this baby comes. But he should put her in a position where she's gonna have a much better life in so many ways if she just stay with him. Put her in a position where you're taking care of everything and where her life is way better with you than without you, even if she does leave you and get the child support. Which it would be better, but I get what he's doing.
What's going on here? This is interesting, or I find it interesting anyway. Hey, by the way, you guys, we're in the Turbo S, so it's a little bit of a louder car. I'm sure some of you petrol heads will appreciate that. So as I said, buried in that wall of text is the absolute real reason why she's pushing for marriage. It offers her a level of security financially, which she doesn't have right now. I'm assuming, it doesn't say where they live, and she doesn't really break it down, but I'm assuming they live somewhere where common law doesn't exist. There are certain states and places in the world where if you live with somebody, like in Ontario here, for example, in Canada, if you live with somebody for 2 years straight, then the government basically treats that relationship like a marriage. So even though you don't have a ceremony, you don't exchange rings, you don't have vows, legally under the eyes of the state, under the government, in many places in the world where common law exists, could be 2 years, 3, 4 years, doesn't matter. You can check the laws locally where you live. You should ask a family lawyer. You're assumed to be married by the government. And when you're assumed to be married by the government, guess what? You don't have to have the marriage ceremony. You can get half his stuff if you decide to untie the knot. See, marriage is a great instrument for women, especially from lower socioeconomic statuses, which is pretty common for a pregnant bartender, you know, in this situation, to want to get married or to get hooked up to a guy that has his life together. 2 bachelor's degrees, makes lots of money, has a big life insurance policy, I'm assuming with a cash surrender value, which isn't his mom's name, which is also very interesting because,
You know, a lot of women would say, oh, he's going to control her and cheat on her and this and that. Even if he is cheating and being a little controlling, it's still going to be a better life for her and her kids if she just stay with him. Honestly, just make the best of it. Try to find some happiness within it. I mean, I don't know if he's doing that, but even if he did, I would tell her to try to find some happiness in it and stay.
I mean, generally speaking, you get a life insurance policy to make sure your kids are looked after in the event that you die. Like if I were to die, my life insurance policy goes to my kid and she's looked after. I guess in this situation, the reason why he put it in his mom's name is because he trusts her to distribute his life insurance payout to his children. He's got one right now and another on the way. And I don't think, or I get the impression anyway, he doesn't trust the mother of his kids, let's call her the baby mama, to...
I mean, it's a little weird, man. It's a little bit of a weird situation, like I said. He trusted her enough to move in with her and put 2 babies in her. I mean, I get not getting married, but you don't trust her with the life insurance policy? He may be in a situation where he realized he made the wrong choice in woman too late, but then he's like, she's not absolutely horrible, and I want another kid, so fuck it, I might as well have another kid with her so I don't have more than one baby mama. But I definitely don't trust the bitch. That's probably what situation he's in. She okay, but she got some problems, and I don't really trust the bitch. But I wanted another kid, so why not with her? I get it, but then I don't get it. That's where I'm at with it.
I get it, but then I don't get it. That's where I'm at with it.
distribute the funds in a responsible way, which is why his mom's on the policy. It's actually a very clever positioning from this guy. A lot of you guys out there that ask me, how do I have kids by reducing the risk? Well, you can take a tool out of this guy's toolbox and basically structure your life this way, where you live in a state that doesn't have common law. You live in a state that if you do get married, then it's an automatic 50-50 shared custody type of scenario. This guy clearly has it figured out. Doesn't marry her, doesn't want to marry her. It says that he will marry her if she can get her finances in order, which she clearly never will. She doesn't have the ability, she doesn't have the know-how, she certainly doesn't seem to have the ambition to do so. She's more of the mindset to essentially have him yield to her, bend the knee and say, okay, let's get married and have that ceremony, so that she's locked in, so that she's taken care of financially. That's her approach. Her approach isn't make more money, get a better job, improve her education, level up in any way, shape, or form. Her angle is, let me get this guy to put a ring on my finger and marry me, so I'm taken care of financially, which is fine. I mean, it's smart. If you're a father and you have a daughter, that's probably the conversation that you should have with your daughter, something along the lines of just find a rich, handsome guy and get married.
No. John donates $5. He says, can you ever truly trust anyone? Not truly, but I mean, here's the thing. Even if I don't, let me put it like this. You look, if you don't trust, this is why I say this is the upside to getting with a woman who has something going for herself. Not necessarily a super big boss babe, but this is why it could be a good thing to get with a woman who has displayed some type of discipline and responsibility about herself and ability to complete things and keep a job. It's very important for a man to start a family with a responsible woman. Because even if I don't fully trust the woman I pick, I'm going to trust her enough that she's responsible and she's going to take care of the family with the money if something happens to me. I could even see a situation where me and the baby mama isn't together, but I still leave my life insurance policy with her because even though she might be a bitch and we didn't work out, I trust that she's still at least a somewhat halfway decent human being who's responsible, who's going to at least take care of the babies with the money. You know what I mean? John says, I've had female blood relatives turn on me. I never thought that would happen. I mean, same with me. Same with me, John. It's life. I mean, no, you could never really trust someone, but I would hope I could trust the woman I chose to reproduce with to take some money and take care of the babies with it. If I can't trust her to do anything else. Thanks for the donation, by the way. John always come through with the donations. Really appreciate it. That's what I was gonna say. This whole thing, I wouldn't tell my daughter to hold out for the tall, handsome Prince Charming who got this great 6-figure job. I would tell my daughter that's probably not gonna fucking happen, and I don't want you to waste your youth trying to get that to happen because it's very unlikely. I'm gonna tell my daughter, likely you will be working a full-time job with your husband to get through life. Life's not a fairy tale, and it's not gonna be a fantasy or anything like that for you. And I really prefer you didn't chase a fairy tale or fantasy. Because 95% of women fail miserably at it and end up fucked more than ever because they chased it.
The conversation that you should have with your daughter, something along the lines of just find a rich, handsome guy and get married to him. Whereas if you have a son, you probably want to have a conversation with him about the way that this guy has structured his relationship so that he doesn't lose out. Now, the flip side of all this, and I've talked about this before on podcasts and in call-ins and stuff like that, is if you're a guy and you marry a woman or you live with a woman and you have kids with her that's of the same or equal or higher socioeconomic standing, you don't really worry about much of the stuff when it comes to the division of assets, because when it comes to division of assets, you put it in a pile, you split it down the middle, and you take, 50-50 sort of thing. So if you marry a woman or you get with a woman, have kids with her, or get into common law with her, you don't really worry about that part. But most guys will find themselves in a position, because women are hypergamous, they date across and up on a socioeconomic scale, they want to be with a better guy, so they marry a guy with 2 bachelor's degrees, has to move around to make good money, and she's complaining about it, kind of, she's ranting like, I had to move around and do all this stuff for him, and I followed him around, and it's like, well, what else are you going to do? Like, what are your options? You're going to tell him, no, I want to stay at this bar that I work at and bartend day shifts, and that's how money's going to be made? No, you got to be flexible as a chick, right? Like, you got to be willing to move around and accommodate a top shelf guy and not whine about it. That's just kind of like one of those things that chicks will do when it comes to these sorts of like Reddit posts and stuff like that, is they often find themselves in a position where they're ranting and they're looking for the sympathy of the other ladies in these groups.
Yeah, a woman usually is gonna find a way to be a victim about something. Most women. I don't care if they marry a millionaire and he's great and buy flowers. She's gonna find something to fucking complain about. It's in their DNA, most of them. It's in their DNA.
Which they get lots of. I mean, if you try to search for this title right now on Reddit, it's actually been deleted. I tried to look it up to look for the feedback.
Okay, we touched on that. Let's see what Insolvent Audits is up to.
Do some of y'all just wake up and think, I'm gonna log on to TikTok today and just say really mean, nasty, hateful things to people that I don't even know, that are complete strangers to me, because I'm such a miserable person, so I have to go try and bring somebody else down?
No. I mean, I think, well, I guess it depends on what the comment is. But sometimes when you see something so ridiculous and you're tired of bitches ranting and not getting it as far as dating and how the world works, some guys just do it for educational purposes. Man, you too old to be on this platform. But whatever, let's continue.
Such a miserable person, so I have to go try and bring somebody else down. Y'all, it's weird. Stop doing that. Like, what are you doing? Why are you like... And I haven't gotten, thank God, I haven't gotten like a ton of comments. I've gotten some snarky things. I've gotten some rude people, but like, truthfully, most people are very kind and supportive, and I appreciate that. But I see a lot of weird things on other people's comments, and I've gotten a few myself, like I said. But it's so weird to me that you take the time and energy to log onto an app and say something rude and to somebody you've never met and know nothing about. That is so weird, and like, honestly, pretty embarrassing for you, if I'm being honest. Like, what are you doing? That is just, it's actually really sad for you. So, I mean, I don't know. Guys, stop doing it. It's weird.
Le who? The her.
Oh, that is rich. Let me get this.
If you can't take the heat, get out the kitchen. That's an option. You could stop making these cringe ass videos. Then you wouldn't have to worry about it, right? Whatever. I'll be right back.
Straight queen. You're saying that when you get on TikTok, you and your besties, I guess, and you do videos and you post them out there, i.e., you're putting your life on blast for everybody to criticize because you desperately need that attention. If men come in and put in comments that are not putting you over the top and being super supportive, that's embarrassing for them. Or to criticize you in any way, shape, or form, then that's embarrassing for them. Okay, so it's not embarrassing for you. You're the one who's putting your beeswax out there. G Queen, talk about double standards. Let me guess, everything's embarrassing to you, Queen, except when you have to actually beg a man for money, or demand a man to pay for your dinner, or say you're not going to pay half your bill, or you ask for a man to come around and pay for your light bill or your electric bill. Dang, Queen, get your priorities straight, especially at your age. Have you stopped for one moment to think about how embarrassing it is for your kids, hell, at this point, your grandkids, to see these videos that you're putting up about your own life, and they're thinking, Gee, Granny, are we supposed to be proud of you putting these cringe videos up there about how it bothers you so much when men criticize you and tell you an uncomfortable truth? Like, oh, I don't know, you're in your 50s/60s, but you're acting like a woman who's in her 20s? You know, sister, I would say get a life, but apparently social media is your life. It's not a grand life to have, though. Before we move on, I want to say thank you, fam, to all of my subscribers for supporting this channel. I truly appreciate all of you who leave comments, who like my videos, and share them on other social media platforms. I truly gotta say thanks, fam. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here. And for those of you who haven't subscribed yet, I thank you for tuning in, and I hope you decide to hit that subscribe button. Moving on!
Here are 10 things that high-functioning, miserable women are done with in 2025. 1. Letting people walk all over us just to keep the peace. 2. Staying in jobs we hate with management just because we're afraid to start over. 3. Letting insecure men dictate how much space we're allowed to take up. 4. Asking for permission to live on our own damn terms. 5.
Oh gosh, feminists. I just got back. Hardcore feminists here, I'm assuming. Yeah.
Metal in her face, yeah, she's a disgrace. It's the Bull Chronicles. Metal in her face, yeah, she's a disgrace. It's the Bull Chronicles. Metal in her face, yeah, she's a disgrace. It's the Bull Chronicles. Metal in her face, yeah, she's a disgrace. It's the Bull Chronicles.
She ain't nothing but a low-class, white trash. She probably didn't even finish high school.
Girl, you know that's the truth. Minimizing ourselves so others can feel more comfortable. 6. Believing we need a man, a title, or a dollar amount to be valid. 7. Staying in a relationship that looks great on paper but feels like slow inside. 8.
Look, everybody knows you're horrible. Do they think? I mean, these channels are for women to validate other crazy, damaged women. So I guess from that context, it makes sense.
Keeping secrets to protect abusers or maintain appearances. 9. Taking care of everyone else while abandoning ourselves daily. And 10. Trusting people who have shown over and over again that they cannot be trusted. If you're done tolerating these things, drop a heart in the comments. And if you're really done, schedule a one-on-one session with me. The link is in my bio. And don't forget to send this over to someone who needs to hear it.
How about no?
Oh, awesome. We just heard the top 10 list for the miserable women. Overwhelmingly puts in for divorce. I wonder who that is. Moving on.
You know what's harder to deal with than a man on a job site? A woman. My name's Alex, and I've been working in the trades for over a decade. And if what I just said sounds shocking, you need to hear what I say next. In this video, I'm going to break down how internalized and queen bee syndrome show up on job sites, why women turn on each other, and why this is so much more damaging than when it comes from men. I'm going to be honest with you. I experience way more from women than I do from men these days.
Yes, duh.
I show up on a job site, and when there's only 1 or 2 other women, especially if one of those women are in power, 7 times out of 10, they start getting a little aggressive towards me. Subtly, but it's still there. Maybe it's because I'm intimidating. Maybe it's because I'm pretty. Maybe it's because I know what I'm doing, but it still hurts the same because I look up to her. She's where I want to be. And instead of building me up, she starts chipping away at me.
It's just the way the world works. Like, first off, you just gotta accept that human beings are inherently toxic. Like, especially look in the work environment, people either see you as competition to shit on and betray and play, or a subordinate to shit on, betray, and play. Like, people are looking for somebody to either compete with or shit on at work. And really, in both instances, you get shit on. Just accept it. No, people in higher positions than you aren't looking to treat you as an equal or to be kind to you or build you up to take their position. That doesn't even make sense when you really think about it. Let me set this new girl up to take my job. It doesn't even make sense. But women struggle with critical thinking.
Psychologists call this internalized. When you grow up in a world where men are the standard, you start to believe it. And sometimes you start turning it on other women. And then there's something called the queen bee syndrome, where a woman in power thinks that the only way to survive is to be the only one on top. So instead of opening the door for another woman, she slams it shut. And that is more damaging than anything a man could say. Number one, because I'm used to it and I'm ready and protected for when a man comes and says something to me. But number two, because it's coming from another woman. And it validates every single stereotype that we have been working.
You haven't heard jack
Yeah, I couldn't take anymore.
ship here. Moving on.
I can't just go meet random men. I can't. I'm a wife. I'm a wife.
Did you know that 25% of women in the United States are getting treated for a mental illness? That means 75% of them are running around untreated.
I told you that bitch crazy.
I don't know what the hell this. Oh, she's a wife. Let's okay. I think I get the context now. Let's run it back. She says, "I don't know how to date because she's a wife." Well, let's hear it again.
Schmexism. No, it's just to be put. You haven't heard jack ship here. Moving on.
I can't just go meet random men. I can't. I'm a wife. I'm a wife. I don't know how to date. I know how to take care of a husband.
Oh, did snot just come out of her? Okay, let's just pretend we didn't see that. So maybe it wasn't fake. Usually I would say it was fake. I was about to say it was fake, but if snot just literally came out of her nose and she still uploaded it, it's crazy. Like, can you imagine, regardless of if this is real or not real, can you imagine snot coming out of your nose and you still keeping that taken, uploading it? And then, like, is she crying on camera with filters on? That's diabolical. I'm crying on camera with filters on. It- this is just ridiculous for so many reasons. I can't even keep up with all the ways that it's fucking ridiculous. um, oh my gosh, I I don't want to do this modern dating thing because I'm a wife. Says who? What makes you a wife? Were you raised by your parents to be a wife, or are you just saying shit on the internet for likes and sympathy?
She ain't nothing but a low class, white trash. She probably didn't even finish high school.
Girl, you know that's the truth.
I don't know how to date. I know how to take care of a husband. I don't know what's wrong with me. It's been 8 months I don't leave my house. I stare at the same four walls, like I'm imprisoned. It's freezing outside. It's snow. I have nowhere to go. It's Valentine's Day. I'm alone. Everybody's in Florida partying. I'm not there. I can't go because I have a baby. So I'm here alone for 8 months.
In reality, the highest position she's gonna get is side hoe.
I genuinely don't care. Let's move on. Oh, that was a long one too. I'm glad we didn't go through that. All right, let's find something else.
Hey, what's up everyone? I hope you're all having a wonderful day or night, but for now, let's get into the video.
When women say they don't like men that play video games, it rarely has anything to do with the video games themselves, and it has more to do with things like emotional availability and emotional maturity and time management. And a frustration is when a guy is more invested in his screen than talking to his partner. Like if you're in the middle of having an emotional conversation and you're trying to connect, and then your partner is in the middle of a boss fight, it can be really hard to have that emotional conversation.
Then stop saying you don't like men that play video games, because that's what men hear, and they take it for face value. They're like, okay, I'm less attractive to women if I play video games, and then he doesn't understand why. Not only that, but if he's in the middle of a boss battle, you say, hey babe, when you're done with that boss battle, can you save it, and then I'd like to talk to you. Again, it's the communication part of it.
Yeah, but you never took into account that they're experts in communication. Everything she was saying was not really a...
The thing, women don't have hobbies, you know, so they're just sitting around twiddling their thumb, wanting you to entertain them. When it's like, no, I want to wind down after work and do something for me. Women need to get some fucking hobbies, and then they would care a little less about men that play video games.
about video games. It was about their partners having fun, or about you not being emotionally available whenever she has an idea. You can replace video games with you working on your car. It's still gonna be a problem because you're not gonna be there whenever she wants you to.
These are some of my controversial non-negotiables when it comes to dating. And a lot of you are going to hear these and be like, well, the reason you're still single is because you're really picky. You know what? I'd have to agree, but I think I should be picky when it comes to choosing somebody that I'm going to spend the rest of my life with. Start off with, and this one's honestly kind of random, but no video games. I don't want a man that plays video games. I do not want to have a PlayStation, Xbox, whatever, a console, whatever. I don't know why this is something that's such a big deal to me, but I hate video games with a passion. I just get really, really triggered when I see a girl on my For You page that's just like, oh, like, it makes me really sad when I, spend.
What are we rating her? What are we rating her? Oh, that's a bad pause spot. Let's see. I don't know. What do y'all think? 6, strong 7. What do y'all think? I give her a. She's an adjustable 6, 6 or 7.
Sad when I, spend time with my boyfriend. He's just on the game with the boys.
To be completely fair, later on she did say she would not want a man to stop playing video games for her. She would just not date a man if he's playing video. Those be the same with their friends. I don't really spending her by
More people are settling for being chosen. Now, let me elaborate.
your boyfriend having any.
I can't be the only one who feels this way about dating. I feel like more and more people are settling for being chosen. Now, let me elaborate on what I mean. I feel like the dating landscape, especially in London, is so bleak that people are willing to forgo the bare minimum just to be chosen. So that means that they will go with the partner that is not going to listen to them, that is maybe going to disrespect their boundaries, that maybe doesn't even want to talk to them during the day, just because it feels safer to be chosen than it does to remain single. And I just think it perpetuates this bad behavior in the dating space. Does anyone else feel this way? Let me know your thoughts.
Every other TikToker feels the same. Just like every other TikToker makes a solid point, but then uses the word maybe 3 times in order to, enforce that point. Outside yourself and your close circle, you have no idea what people put up with in a relationship, or even how they date and who they date. Whatever relationship they're in, you might say,
maybe one of the best first dates. Guys, I went on maybe one of the best first dates I have been on in recent years, but maybe ever this weekend. Okay, here's the story. We met on Hinge and we instantly clicked.
Okay, first off, run, bro. Fucking run. Because she's chronicling her dating life on TikTok. So, yeah. Save yourself, homie. Now, next. What are we rating her? I would give her a strong 4. I would give her a strong 4. Let me know what you think below.
We instantly clicked. I mean, it was just immediate banter, immediate conversation. We got deep, we got surface level. We were just really vibing, and we weren't messaging for that long. It was probably just a few hours. Eventually, he asks me to coffee. I say yes.
And then they go on a date, and the date was amazing. How do I know that? Well, she already said, and we'll just skip ahead because the video is over 4 minutes long, and I'm now listening to this for the third time.
So we went out on Saturday, and it's now Monday. In my book, proper date etiquette is to follow up the next day and say, hey, I had a really great time. Let's set up that second date. But I have not heard from this motherfucker. I told him on the date, I like to be pursued. I like men to lead. I want you to put in the effort. That's what I'm looking for, and that's what I'm available for right now.
But he doesn't. Maybe he just didn't like you. Maybe maybe he had a good enough personality where he can still seem likable on a date where he didn't like you.
What I'm looking for, and that's what I'm available for right now. So I made it clear. So at this point, I haven't heard from him in over a day, and I've decided that I'm going to give it a solid 48-hour window of time.
You're a way better man than I could ever be. I would not give anyone 48 hours to text me back, as it doesn't take 48 hours to pick up the phone and type some letters into that.
Yeah, I don't know if she's saying she's giving him 48 hours to text her back or 48 hours to make another date. Um, Let me ask y'all this. You know, I can always wonder we got basically like a couple of people active in the chat. I feel like there's always like 8 or 9 people who are like diehard fans that pretty much watch every live that maybe I never hear from. Or okay, so it's 12 people watching right now. John is messaging and Neo is messaging. And maybe there's 6 people who message sometime who are watching right now, and then 6 who absolutely never type anything in the chat. So I guess I'm curious, like, okay, I'm gonna do a little experiment. Can everybody who's watching the sound of my voice right now put a 1 in the chat? I'm gonna see if I can get 12 ones in the chat. I might do this every stream just to see who might pop up. And everyone who can hear the sound of my voice put a 1 in the chat. I mean, I'm assuming he just didn't like you, man. Or maybe he wanted to get laid and it didn't happen, so he just said, "Fuck it, it's time to move on." Yeah, see, James Beatty. I don't know if I've ever seen James Beatty before. So shout out to James. I don't know if I've ever seen you in the chat before, but thanks for watching. Shout out to Neo, shout out to John, shout out to Ivan. Heard from Ivan. Yeah, Cool J. I've never seen Cool J before in my life. I don't know if he's a regular, but he just never says anything. So shout out to the new people I'm meeting. Hello, Cool J. Nice to meet you. Hello, James Beatty. Nice to meet you. I'm glad you could participate this evening. Glad to have you guys. So we got 5 ones in the chat. So I got about about 7, 8 people who just told me to go fuck myself. Okay, Cool J is a regular. All right, that's what's up, Cool J. So yeah, we got a good number of people who just will never interact in the chat no matter what.
Phone. What I think really happened is you had an amazing date, but it wasn't that amazing for him. You made it clear that you want him to blah 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 and effort and other blah blah blah. That to me makes of demand. But also,
if the guy you're dating ever says to you, it'd be nice if you paid or at least offered to pay to show that you're not using me as a wallet, your response needs to be, it'd be nice if I didn't have to offer to pay to show that providing for me isn't a burden for you.
Oh wow. So I gotta hear that again. Ma'am, your face card, You should act your face. Okay, I don't want to say that. I'm not being mean, but ma'am, even the twos are acting entitled and feel like they deserve a provider. Let's hear that again.
If the guy you're dating ever says to you it'd be nice if you paid or at least offered to pay to show that you're not using me as a wallet, your response needs to be, it'd be nice if I didn't have to offer to pay to show that providing for me isn't a burden for you.
Gosh. I don't even have anything to say. I don't have anything to say. That's bad when a two doesn't really like you. That's just damn. She's a two. You're getting used by a two, bro. Just reset, brother. Just reset. Go back to the drawing board and figure something else out if you're worried you're getting used by a two.
If I didn't have to offer to pay to show that providing for me isn't a burden for you.
Alrighty,
Reason men tend to think
and you cook.
the reason men tend to think women's tears are a form of manipulation is because that's the only reason they are willing to cry. Now let that
Wait, what? Men use crying as a form of manipulation? Nobody respects a crying man. Nobody. Damn sure not men. Damn sure not women. Who the hell, what man can manipulate with tears? Unless he's trying to manipulate somebody into hating his fucking guts and seeing him as a little bitch. But I can't see why any man would want to manipulate people into thinking that about him.
that's the only reason they are willing to cry. Now let that sink in.
Well, that was trash and I don't have a garbage disposal connected to my sink. How many times have you had men crying to you? It's gonna be zero, but with men, we had multiple women multiple times trying to cry to get things done their way. That's usually your go-to whenever you have no argument. Men know that, women know that, and you trying to come up with an idea about men crying will have...
Oh, I'm only going to change my last name so I have the same last name as my kids. Have you considered giving your kids your last name? Because that's what I'm going to do. But if the kids are coming out of me, they're getting my last name.
Wow. So, hey, whatever dude signs up for this and he saw this video and he still signed up, he deserves everything he's going to get. This woman is definitely going to get married and divorced. I can guarantee if this woman ever gets married, she's going to get divorced. Fucking feminist, man.
And if my husband or whoever wants the whole family to have the same last name, he can change his to mine. Because I will not be doing that.
She went so deep, she went past hell.
Well, I guess that's
She went past Satan and saying, like, where are you going? You're home now.
Why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
Girl, I'm the shit. What? I'm the shit.
To mine. Because I will not be doing that. I will not be changing my last name to anybody else's because I already have one. Why do I need a new one? If you're thinking, Tori, what if your husband doesn't want that? He wouldn't be my husband. Simply, I would not be with somebody who would not be okay with that or also think in the same way. So, hope that helps.
It does actually. It does help quite a lot. It helps me and men like me to not be your husband. Oh, but why wouldn't you want to take over my name? Oh, you mean your father's name? That sounds way too good to be true, but no. But to keep this fair, I can respect the fact that she's being honest and she's gonna let you know from the beginning, not when she's 8 months.
Men are only mean and evil when they're poor. Like, this is a proven fact.
Men are only mean and evil when they're poor? Right. There's no controlling, power hungry, powerful Rich men like treat everybody like shit and like they're beneath them. Right. It's the dumbest shit I've heard in a while, and I don't even need to let her finish up to know it's the dumbest shit I've heard in a while.
Evil when they're poor. Like, this is a proven fact. Men with money are always nice and be quiet and men with money are always nice and be quiet and
Oh wow, see wisdom right there. She's absolutely right. Anyone remember Top G, Cobra, blah blah blah? Here's a picture of the most loved man on the
Those nails. I mean, her saying retarded shit makes total sense once we see those
picture
nails.
of
Look at those nails, yo. Uh,
the most loved man on the entire planet. He's rich and basically.
On the topic of the patriarchy, I can't stop thinking about this. Western religion has millions of people devoting their entire lives to a man, an omniscient being in the sky that claims, via anecdotal text, to have created life and created the world as we.
Can you imagine being this fucking miserable all the time? Look, I'm willing to bet that men that hate women on average are probably still more likable to be around than being in a room full of women who hate men. I'm not even gonna listen to her. She's annoying. Yeah, I'm gonna bounce. That's close enough to 2 hours. I'm done with these bitches. Remember, how others treat you is their karma. How you treat others is your karma. Be nice to people because God's watching. And remember, I'm a nice guy. I just play asshole on the internet. And I've never done anything remotely wrong my entire life, ever. Join the membership. It's only $5 a month. It really helps the channel. Check out merch, link in the description. And I don't know what else. I'll be back tomorrow morning between 8 a.m. and 12 p.m. Central Time. Yeah. Thanks for watching.